Hey guys, this is Christian here. Today I'm going to be doing a different type of video. I'm doing a tier video for all the Pixar movies. So, almost 3 weeks ago, I saw the latest Pixar movie, Elio. Okay, there's an ad. But I saw the latest Pixar movie, Elio, and I decided to rank all of the Pixar movies in a tier video, talk about all of them. We're gonna go in the order of which they came out. Well, before I get into this, please like and subscribe. Tell me what you think of this video. And when I'm done putting everything into categories, I'm going to rank them all. So yeah, S tier is all 5 out of 5. A tier, 4.5 stars or 4 stars out of 5. B tier, I have 3.5 stars out of 5. C tier, I have 3 to 2.5 stars out of 5. D tier, I have 2 out of 5 stars. And F tier, I have 1.5 out of 5 stars, all the way to 0.5 stars out of 5. So yeah, hopefully we won't be getting too many of those. So yeah, with all that said, let's just get right into this. We're gonna start. We're obviously gonna start at the very beginning, obviously, with Toy Story, released in 1995. This is an amazing Pixar movie, the one that started all, and the reason why all the Pixar movies are here today. Amazing characters, great chemistry between Tim Allen's Buzz and Tom Hanks's Woody. Really impressive animation at the time. Not quite, a little iffy for today's standards, but still good. It's such a great story, such great writing, such great characters. This is an S tier. One of the best. All right. Isn't supposed to. But yeah, this is an S tier. There we go. All right. So yeah, next we have A Bug's Life. So some of these I haven't seen in like a couple of years. I watched all of the Pixar movies leading up to Soul back in 2020. Some of them I haven't seen since then, but some I definitely have coherent thoughts on. But A Bug's Life is just kind of there. It's kind of like just an average Pixar movie that I don't remember too much of. Okay animation, really great villain with Hopper. He's actually probably the best part of the movie. Great method acting from Kevin Spacey. Yeah, aside from that, none of the other characters are that memorable, except for the one like caterpillar dude. I think his name was Heimlich. Yeah, he was pretty funny. But aside from that, yeah, none of the other characters really stand out. Flick's kind of like one-dimensional. The other characters are kind of one-dimensional. The story's forgettable. This is probably one of the most like nothing burger Pixar movies. It's not bad or anything, but it's just okay. I'm gonna put it in the C tier for Bug's Life. Next, we have Toy Story 2, an amazing sequel to the first film. Introduces some fan favorite characters like Jessie, Bullseye, Sticky Pete. The Prospector is a great villain. Al's a great villain. I mean, yeah, it spans the story in a great way, and yeah, it's what started off for Pixar sequels, because we got so many Pixar sequels. But yeah, Toy Story 2 doesn't feel like a cash grab. It was actually a great sequel. This is going in S tier. There we go. S tier for Toy Story 2. Next is Monsters, Inc. This is my favorite Pixar movie. Probably the best Pixar duo between Mike and Sully. Phenomenal villains with Waternoose and Randall. Great animation at the time. Boo was an adorable character. Great ending. Great everything. It's a flawless Pixar movie. So this is my favorite, and this is obviously going in S tier. We're going to rank these all at the end, so for now it's going there, but just so you guys know, it's my favorite one. Next we have Finding Nemo, and the S tier keeps stacking up because Finding Nemo is an S tier. Phenomenal story, great message, amazing characters. Dory's a great comic relief. Marlin's a great character. Nemo's great. The whole tank gang was great. The animation's stunning. The underwater world was amazing. The score from Thomas Newman, great. Yeah, this is another S tier. Hit that like when you, it doesn't just go all the way up. You have to like scroll up. Yeah, S tier for Finding Nemo. And again, the S tier keeps stacking up with The Incredibles. This is a lot of people's favorite Pixar movie, and I don't blame them. It's an amazing movie. Great animation, phenomenal family dynamic, great characters. One of the best Pixar villains with Syndrome. He's one of the greats and Pixar villains. Great family dynamic. Like the score from Michael Giacchino, one of the best Pixar scores. Yeah, flawless movie. This is going in the S tier, and the S tier keeps filling up with movies. Look at that. Cars. Okay, this is where the S tier is gonna stop taking movies. I think Cars is just good. Like it's nothing great, nothing amazing. A lot of people love it. I watched it when I was younger. It wasn't one of my favorites. I was like more into like Toy Story and stuff. But I had Cars on DVD. I hate Mater. Mater's annoying. But like Doc Hudson, he's a great character, voiced by Paul Newman. Lightning McQueen, the racing scenes are good. Chick Hicks is a okay villain, I suppose. Yeah, I don't have too much to say. It's kind of generic. The characters aren't too interesting. The animation's cool. Radiator Springs is cool. Although I don't even think it's one of the most like visually stunning Pixar films. I still think it's a like solid enough movie though. I'm gonna put it in B tier for Cars. Ratatouille, S tier. Ratatouille is an amazing Pixar film. Amazing animation. Again, great score from Michael Giacchino. Great lead character with Remy the Rat. Great like message. Anyone can cook. Amazing message. Like the one thing I love about Pixar, they can take stories that like shouldn't work, but they make it work because the writing is just so amazing. Brad Bird's a genius. Ratatouille is going S tier. Yeah, we can add another one to the S tier group. Next, we have WALL-E. Again, WALL-E is an amazing Pixar movie. Phenomenal animation, stunning. Great score from Thomas Newman. I think the beginning is perfect with the chemistry between WALL-E and Eve, and then we get to the spaceship, and it's not as great on the spaceship. I think the villain like isn't too necessary. Like you don't really need a villain. I mean, like humanity's like ignorance is kind of the villain itself. You don't need like Otto to be the like robot to kind of be. Although like that's kind of just nitpicking. That because like this story I think could work without a villain, but that's even just nitpicking. This movie's still great. I'm gonna put it in A tier though. I don't think it's like a perfect 10 out of 10 movie, but it's still an amazing one anyway. A tier for WALL-E. Up's another one that's gonna go A tier. The opening's a 10 out of 10. Everyone knows how great the opening is. Probably the best opening to a Pixar movie. Just makes you cry every time. And then the rest of the movie is great. It doesn't lose too much steam afterwards. It loses a little bit, but still an amazing story. Great characters. Beautiful animation. Muntz is a great villain. Yeah, this is going A tier. Oh yeah, and it probably has the best score out of any Pixar movie from the man himself, Michael Giacchino. Yeah, so Up's going A tier. Then Toy Story 3. Next we have Toy Story 3, and that's gonna be an easy one for me. But I just want to get my ranking up so that way I know how to rank them at the end. So yeah, Toy Story 3, it's S tier. Come on, top 3 Pixar movie, phenomenal animation, great characters, the best Pixar villain in my opinion with Lotso. He has such a tragic backstory, but he's so evil. The story, the ending was great. This should have been the true ending of the Toy Story franchise. You'll find out my thoughts about Toy Story 4 soon, but I think this should have been the true ending of the franchise, but it wasn't. Now we have a 5th movie coming in, which is crazy, but yeah, Toy Story 3 should have been the ending. Great characters, amazing character arcs, amazing villain, a lot of emotional scenes. And yeah, easy S tier for me. So yeah, S tier. So we're doing pretty good so far. We have quite a few in the S tier, some in A tier, one in B tier, one C tier. However, not all great things can last. Next, we have Cars 2. Cars 2's crap. it's awful. The animation's good. The animation's good. Okay. Some of the racing scenes are okay. Yeah. Other than that, it's trash. I mean, Michael Caine's in it. Michael Caine's in it as like a spy car. He's fine, I guess. Other than that, it's trash. Mater's a terrible character. All the other new characters they introduce are terrible. The villains are terrible. It's not funny. It's not about racing. It's just a stupid spy movie, which shouldn't. What were they thinking? Making this a spy movie, a James Bond ripoff for children. This is like for the smallest of smallest children. Pixar movie should be for everyone, just like all animation should be. It should appeal to kids and adults. This movie's solely for babies because it's just awful. It's not funny. It's bad. It's annoying. Mater's terrible. This is going F tier. Although it's still a 1.5 out of 5. There's no 1 out of 5 or 0.5 out of 5 movies on here. It's still like the bare minimum to qualify for F tier, but it's still bad. It's still bad. Brave is the next one. I don't like Brave. I think Brave's a bad movie. It's not garbage, but it's bad. The animation's nice. Again, you could say that about every Pixar movie. But again, I think the biggest issue I have for this movie is Merida is such an unlikable character. Probably the most unlikable Pixar protagonist there is, besides Mater. Well, Mater's just annoying, but Merida's super unlikable. At the beginning, it's hard to root for her. And she never really learns her lesson until the end, which, I mean, that's good that she learned, but up until that point, she's just such an unlikable character. None of the other characters are that interesting either. So, yeah, the story's not interesting. I don't remember the score too much. This movie just kind of doesn't have anything. I mean, the characters turn to bears. I mean, that's interesting. But yeah, it's a bad movie. Again, I don't think it's awful enough to be bad, but it's not funny. The ending's okay, I guess, but yeah. Brave, it's bad. It's not a terror. It's not insufferable to watch, but I'm gonna put it in D tier. So D tier for Brave. Monsters University is up next. I actually like them. I actually like Monsters University. I think it's a good little prequel that introduces us to all the characters. The animation's amazing. The villains are weak, but I think I think Mike and Sully are the best Pixar duo, and their chemistry is just so fantastic. They have a lot of tie-ins with the first movie. There's some cameos in it that tie in with the first movie. The scare game sequences are pretty good. Yeah, I think it's a very fun movie. So yeah, very fun movie. I'm gonna put it in A tier. I think it's probably gonna be lower half of A tier, but it's still gonna be A tier anyway. Oh, One Set Out's up next, but yeah. And those aren't where Inside Out's going. For those who are curious, I just moved it there accidentally. Yeah, Monsters University is going in A tier. I don't even think I told anyone I'm live, which is why no one's watching. But yeah, I'll just send it out real quick, let everyone know I'm live. Yeah, our next movie is Inside Out, and boy, I have a lot to say about Inside Out. So yeah, Monsters University is an A tier. Next, we have Inside Out, which is a perfect Pixar movie. Me accidentally putting it in D and F tier, bull crap, because it's an amazing Pixar movie. The animation's spectacular. The characters are great and lovable. Joy's a great protagonist. Bing Bong's a standout. The score from Michael Giacchino, the king of Pixar scores, and he's one of the best composers working today. He's just amazing. Yeah, amazing score. The ending makes me cry every time. Not really. I don't cry too much on movies, but it's a very emotional ending. But yeah, there are some movies where that's an exception. But yeah, Inside Out's a great movie. Phenomenal, flawless. Such an very imaginative world building. And so, yeah, amazing movie. This Inside Out's going in S tier. And so, yeah, S tier's filling up quickly. Yeah, and we're not done with S tier. That's the thing. Next, we have The Good Dinosaur, which I have less good things to say about. A lot of people consider this to be the worst Pixar film. They consider it to be that bad. I don't think it's bad. It's just very mediocre to me. The animation is weird because the backgrounds look phenomenal, but then the character designs are super cartoony and it just doesn't blend well. None of the characters are super memorable. I didn't really care too much about the journey. The villains are very throwaway. There are some like nice emotional scenes in it. There's some that I think hit well. Like there's one where Arlo and Spot, the lead dinosaur, and the little boy are like, I think they're like, there's like sand and they have sticks, and they put out sticks to represent them and their parents, and then the boy digs down the two sticks to show like he doesn't have parents, and then Arlo, seeing this, shoves down the stick of that would represent his father, because spoiler alert, Arlo's father dies like early on in the movie. But yeah, this movie like takes a lot of like plot from other movies that I've seen. It's just not really an original Pixar movie. It's very forgettable. Good Dinosaur is gonna go in C tier. Yeah, C tier for the Good Dinosaur. Next, we have Dory. Finding Dory. I think Finding Dory is good. Obviously, the animation's spectacular. The characters are really likable and enjoyable. I don't think it holds a candle to Finding Nemo, though. Finding Nemo is way better. I thought the story here was pretty good. A little bit, some of it kind of rehashes with the first one, though, and just doesn't do it as well. But there are like good scenes in it. It's good. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Yeah, B tier for Dory. Next, we have Cars 3. I think Cars 3 is also going to B tier. Cars 3 should have been the Cars 2. I mean, they brought the focus back to Lightning McQueen and racing. The new characters they bring in are decent enough. The racing scenes are cool. This should have been the Cars 2. I don't think this is as good as the first one. Although I did give them the same rating. But yeah, the villain is just another rival character. And it does feel very similar to the first. It almost kind of feels like a requel in a way, because it kind of like they take elements that are very similar to the first movie, but then by the end, like Lightning McQueen passes his mantle to the new car that was training him. So yeah, it kind of feels similar to the first movie in some ways, but I still thought it was decent. I still thought it was okay. We'll go B tier. So yeah, B tier is filling up. And next we have Coco. Coco, stunning Pixar movie. Flawless Pixar movie. Amazing. The animation is some of the best that the studio has offered. The characters are amazing. Ernesto de la Cruz is one of the best Pixar villains. The music is great. The songs are amazing. The score is great. Again, from Michael Giacchino. Michael Giacchino is like the king of Pixar scores. Him and Randy Newman and Thomas Newman, I think, are the kings of Pixar scores. They're just amazing. Coco's going in S tier. Has a great message about family. The ending brings me close to tearing up every time. Yeah, S tier for Coco. Next, we have Incredibles 2. A lot of people don't like Incredibles 2. I think it's good. I think it's a really good Pixar sequel. It's obviously not better than the first one. The villain's pretty bad. Story's not as interesting, but the animation's great. The Jack's amazing. The action's great. Yeah, the only thing I really don't like about it is the villain. But the villain's like really bad. But like aside from that, I think it's a really good Pixar sequel. So yeah, this is going to be in the lower half of A tier, but I gave it a 4 out of 5, so it's still A tier anyway. I'm so biased, bro. I'm such a shill. Next is Toy Story 4. Speaking of shilling, a lot of people hate Toy Story 4 with a passion on the internet. I don't think this movie was necessary. Toy Story 3, I think, should have been the ending. However, I still think Toy Story 4, for what it was, I thought it was really good. The animation is the best of the franchise. Beautiful animation. Woody's character was great. They brought in Bo Peep. She was amazing. The ending was actually good. I thought some of the directions they took were interesting. Like, they delve into, like, do toys have more of a purpose than just being loyal to a kid? I thought that was actually interesting. There are some issues. I thought the villain was actually good. I thought all the new characters they introduced were good. Forky was a very funny character. I liked Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom. Ducky and Bunny were pretty funny. The stuff they do with Buzz is kind of annoying with the whole inner voice thing. I mean, it's a good message, but like it was kind of annoying the way they handled it. And they do sideline the main cast quite a bit from the previous couple films. Hopefully in Toy Story 5 they get bigger role, but even then we don't need a Toy Story 5, especially with the ending we got in Toy Story 4 with Woody saying goodbye to the friends. Now we're kind of going to ruin that. Although I do like the whole like toys versus tech idea that they're going to be bringing in. But yeah, Toy Story 4 is going to be A tier. Yeah, I think it's going to be lower half of A tier, but still A tier anyway. Now we're in our current decade, the 2020s. We're going to start with Onward. Onward is an amazing Pixar film. Really great animation, great voice acting from Chris Pratt and Tom Holland. The great characters. I think Barley can be a little annoying at times, Chris Pratt's character, but Ian was a great character. The whole message of the movie was amazing. The ending, phenomenal. Yeah, this is gonna go in A tier. Yeah. Then we have Soul's S tier. I think I watched that like 3 times the weekend it dropped on Disney Plus. The animation is the best I've seen from Pixar to date. The voice acting from Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, and everyone else, phenomenal. The whole message about this movie was phenomenal about living life to the fullest and how the smallest, simple things in life are the best. And then the score from Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, and Jon Batiste was spectacular with the jazz from Batiste and then the whole ethereal stuff from Reznor and Ross. Phenomenal stuff. This is going S tier. This is the best Pixar film release this decade, and it's not even close. I think this is the only one I've actually given that 5 out of 5 to. So yeah, S tier is filling up pretty quickly. Next we have Luca. Luca's a great Pixar movie. The animation is great. I love the animation. It's amazing. I thought all the characters were great. Luca, Julia, Alberto. Alberto can get a little bit unlikable, like in the second act, but I thought he was still enjoyable in like the first and third acts. The villain was just kind of another generic rival character, though. Yeah, I thought the stories that the themes that they introduced were great, and it was a very likable movie. It didn't have to be anything big or anything. It was just a fun, simple Pixar film. I'm gonna go A tier with Luca. So yeah, A tier is filling it pretty quickly. Then we have Turning Red. Turning Red for me is a movie that gets better as it goes on. Because when the movie begins, I actually think it's kind of bad at the beginning. May is a very unlikable character at the beginning. But, then she turns into the panda. I think it gets a little more enjoyable. And then the ending, I thought was actually good. I'm going to go B tier with it. The animation's great. The score from Ludwig Göransson was great. The songs from Billie Eilish and Phineas, they wrote the songs. Though their songs were pretty good. I thought the characters get slightly better as the movie progresses. There's some annoying ones like the bully, but yeah, I thought it was relatable to growing up and adolescence, and you could tell Domi Sheed, the director, definitely took a lot of aspects from her personal life into the movie, which I always love. When that stuff happens, I always I'm always a little less harsh to it, I think. So yeah, Turning Red's gonna go B tier though. Lightyear's next. When I first watched Lightyear, I actually liked it, but then as I thought about it, it got worse, and now I don't like it. The animation's spectacular here. Socks is a great character. Socks is the standout. All the other characters, though, I mean, I guess like the Hawthorne, like Izzy Hawthorne, Kiki Palmer's character, and then Alicia Hawthorne, they were good characters. And Chris Evans' voice acting was okay, but Buzz was very unlikable in this movie. Like the way they do Buzz was very unlikable. The two other like characters he teams up with, one of them was voiced by Taika Waititi. His character was super annoying. And then they bring in Zurg, and Zurg, it's awful. Zurg's whole character is atrocious. The whole twist with him being Buzz was awful, terrible. I would say Lightyear's actually a pretty bad movie. I'm gonna go D tier with Lightyear. Not a good one. Then we have Elemental. Elemental is pretty good. The animation I think is really creative. Again, you can tell Peter Stone like took elements from his personal life, and they made it like kind of an allegory for immigration and racism. I feel like it's kind of unsubtle with its messaging, although I had to say, kind of reminded me a bit of like Zootopia, with it being like an allegory for like race with non-human characters. But yeah, I thought the two leads were likable. They had good chemistry. Get it? Chemistry. I thought the ending was good. There are some scenes like where like they break up multiple times, then they get back together, then they break up again, and it's like, okay, kind of repetitive. And I also think the humor is bad because all of it is just like element puns, and none of them are funny. Actually, like maybe like a couple of them get a chuckle, but most of them are not funny. But either way, I liked Elemental. I'm gonna go B tier with that though. B tier for Elemental. Two more. We have Inside Out 2. Amazing Pixar sequel. Inside Out's actually one of the Pixar movies that I think would like where I thought a sequel was necessary, because as Riley keeps growing up, we get to see more emotions. And I thought they handled it perfectly here. The new emotions were great, especially Maya Hawke as anxiety. The animation was amazing. There's a whole scene with the anxiety attack, which was amazing. And yeah, it was a really great script. Some of the aspects kind of, again, they do, and then the world building once again was great with them expanding the world inside the mine. There were some aspects that reminded me a bit of the first one, and it's also like a movie where you know where it's going, like you know how it's gonna end. You know the new emotions and the old emotions are gonna end up getting along, and all is gonna live happily in Riley's mind for now. But like, yeah, I still thought it was a great Pixar movie. I'm gonna go A tier with Inside Out 2. So now we have our last one, Elio. Elio was good. I thought it was a good movie when I watched it. And the whole hit piece released on it about how they made the movie like less gay or less queer. Again, like Disney always does that. They always like to like sugarcoat queer like characters. I think they only like include like in the most of the movies where they include like queer aspects in it, they only do it just to check a box, you know? And I hate that. Like I'd always like it to be authentic. I thought they actually handled it well in Lightyear. I actually thought it was good, handled well, but most of it they just like check boxes, you know? We have to have a gay character, so we're gonna have a blink and you'll miss a kiss, you know? And like it got like, yeah, you can tell like the original like part of Elio was supposed to be more personal to the original director Adrian Molina, but he left the movie, and we got Domi Shi and another director working on it. Domi Shi directed Turning Red and Bao, the Pixar short, which I thought was great. But yeah, you can definitely tell there were a lot of rewrites. It's also like it's not like one that tries to be anything too much. But I thought for what it was good. The animation was great. The score was actually really good. I thought Elio was a likable character. I thought all the characters were likable. Glordon was the standout, best character. I think some of the like censorship aspects kind of soured me on it just a little bit, but I still thought it was a good movie. Although it could have been great. It could have been A tier, but for now, it's going to have to settle for a B tier. So yeah, that is my ranking of all the Pixar movies, but now we have to put them all in order because they're still out of order. So F tier, Cars 2, the only one in F tier. Then Lightyear, then Brave, then Good Dinosaur, then Bug's Life, Turning Red's gonna go at the end. Then Cars 3. Then Elemental. Then Cars. Then Elio. And then Finding Dory. A tier, we have Incredibles 2. Then Monsters University. And Toy Story 4. Then Luca. Then Onward. Then Inside Out 2. Then WALL-E. And then Up. Alright, time for S tier, the hardest one. We're going to go Coco. Then Inside Out 1. First Inside Out. Then Ratatouille. Then Soul. Then Toy Story 2. Then Finding Nemo. Then The Incredibles. Then Toy Story 3. Then the first Toy Story. And then last but not least, Monsters, Inc. So yeah, that is my ranking of all the Pixar movies on a tier list. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me if you want to see more tier lists in the future. Because this was fun. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.